In this series, we'll start with the basics and work our way up, exploring each era of the game, opening packs, building decks, and dueling with classic and modern cards. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, this series is for you. So stick around because the heart of the cards are calling, and together we will become true duelists. Welcome to the Garbage Lords Progression Series. Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Garbage Lords Progression Series, and wow, I thought that deck was going to steamroll Zach. I thought that Pendulum deck was crazy. We saw what it could do in Game 2. Maybe we'll run it back eventually, especially if we get, a win and we can pick up, more True Draco face-offs or something, but for right now, we'll see if we can play something else. I've been playing a lot of Pendulums. And we will see what we can play with Wing Raiders. A great set, has two... Yeah, no, I'm not going to say that. It has a good archetype eventually. It has a very good archetype eventually, and it has one fan favorite archetype that I'm going to hope to play. Let's go ahead and get into the card by card. We have the Phantom Knights. Phantom Knight's Sword is a decent card for the archetype, but really you want to get this card right here. Phantom Knight's Fogblade. It is a Forbidden Chalice. Well, it's technically more of a Fiendish Chain that cycles for a Phantom Knight in your graveyard. Really powerful effect. You need at least one of these, probably two, to warrant Phantom Knights, but you also need at least a copy of these cards, Ancient Cloak and Silent Boots. Without these, you really can't play the deck, which is really unfortunate. We have the Super Quants here. These are the high rarity deck of this pack. We have Blue Lair at Rare. We have Red Lair and its mech at Ultra. We have Ouroboros and Green Lair at Super. And then we have, of course, the Great King Magnus at Secret. Not super easy to pull. Hopefully we do get to it, but I digress. We have some good staple cards in here. Dark Rebellion, Xyz Dragon is nice. It won Zach his last game, so maybe we'll pick one up. Alucard is fine, but we already have one. Grand Pulse is just better Alucard. It has a better stat line. It has a better effect. It has a better floating effect. No, it doesn't have a floating effect, but it has an effect. So Gaga Cowboy is unfortunately banned, so that's not really important. At the Ultras, we have, as I mentioned, Fogblade and Ancient Cloak. We have Tribute Lanius, which is a really good card for Raid Raptors. It's just not a good card right now. It's just not one that I'm interested in playing right now. I really do not want to have to play Raid Raptors. Raid Raptors Call is also pretty good, but you really need a lot of the Xyz monsters that aren't out right now to make Raid Raptors playable. Finally, we have Red Lair. This is a card I really, really, really hope to pull at least one copy of. Being an Ultra, it's not guaranteed. And even if we only pull one of these, that's kind of fine. Magnaliger and Red Lair, we only need one apiece to play Super Quants. These all have really good effects as well. The blue one, as I mentioned, is a spell trap removal. This is a monster removal, and this is a Book of Moon and Ouroboros. It and Green Lair are super rares, really good cards. Phantom Knight's Silent Boots is also very good. You banish this from your graveyard to add a spell trap. And Ancient Cloak adds a card. Really good. Really good effects. In the Secret Rares, we have a couple really powerful ones. Force Strix in here searches any Darkwing Beast monster. This is a staple of a lot of decks going forward. And a lot of FTK pile decks, all kinds of things. Raid Raptor Satellite Cannon is the payoff for the Raid Raptor deck. Unfortunately, it's not as good as anything like Ultimate Falcon or especially Rising Rebellion Falcon, but it is a card. This card right here is what we really want to pick up. Super Quantal Great King Magnus. This card is a Towers that can also be a non-targeting spin and a Thunder Dragon Colossus. Really, really powerful card. Is really difficult to summon and does require a lot of investment, but it is very powerful. Now, this is a card that I think both Zach and I are hoping to get. This is Phantom Knight's Breaksword. This card is a Scrap Dragon on a rank 3, and can also float into two Phantom Knights monsters and make them 4s, which is really powerful. You can go Breaksword target itself to pop a card your opponent controls, and then you can float into the two Phantom Knights and then just make a rank 4, and you basically lost nothing. It's really powerful, but unfortunately, like I keep saying, Phantom Knights are missing a lot of the big payoffs that you could normally go into, things like Breaksword and the like. So I don't think we're going to see much play off of these. if we don't see like a critical mass of them, especially with Breaksword, but we'll hold out hope. In common, we have a lot of good reprints in here: Forbidden Chalice, Bottomless, MST, Rhoda, Call of the Haunted, all really good cards. Really, the only one that I think I need to point out that we haven't seen before is Master Key Beetle. Detach material, target a card on the field, cannot be destroyed by card effects. Really, really strong, but it is locked behind darks, so I'm not sure it's very good. That being said, let's go ahead and get into our 30 packs of Wing Raiders. We did lose last episode, so we do get 30. Let's go ahead and flip them up.
Well, I don't know how we got that. That's crazy. But we got like a super rare wild card, and there's literally nothing I want. I was looking at like commons and rares, maybe getting like a third signing deal, something like that. I'm going to get an upstart. I only have two. I've only ever had two. I'm getting a third. Finally. I'm going to bump up Sea Dragons of Draconia. Let's get on into 24 packs. It's such a small set. Feels like we should have less, but meh. I'll take the extra packs, I guess. Starting off, Phantom Knights of Silent Boots is crazy. Torn Scales, holy. Green Layer and Grand Pulse. Only printing of Grand Pulse, by the way. No. Another Silent Boots is amazing. Booby Trap E. I have never seen this card before in my life. Discard one card, set a continuous trap from your hand or graveyard to the field. Then set this set card. Wait, that set card can be activated. Okay, brain just like blew a fuse reading that last part. Ick. I think I already have a playset of Ick. I don't need that. This is the bad Phantom Knight, but this is a good card. Another Monarch. Harpist is cool, but like we don't. I think we already have a playset. Gross. No. Ick. Cloven Helm is not bad. I don't want Shave Force. I don't want any of the Raid Raptors. Why? XYZ Reborn is terrible. Another Grand Pulse. That's like our fourth Ick. XYZ Reborn. We need the field spell. That's crazy. Ancient Cloak is very nice. That's our second copy. Ooh, and a Breaksword. There we go. Ouroboros. Its effect is terrible, but I don't think we're going to be able to play it. I forgot that they're just like super high rarity, but if we get like, I think we only have 2 Silent Boots, or do we have 3? We got a place out of that, which is good. Only 2 of the Cloak and 2 Boots. So if we get 1 more Cloak, 1 more Boots, then I'd be very happy. Another Honor Arc is nice. That's a playset that we have total. Yeah, I'm overall happy with this. Getting 2 of this is very nice. I'm gonna be done with this. This is crazy. Getting Grand Pulse is nice. So yeah, add to collection.
Okay, Silent Boots is good. Silent Boots is good. I'm holding my breath here because I really want to play Super Quant, even though it's probably really bad. But Silent Boots is good. We want to see Fog Blades and especially a Breaksword if we want to play that. Blue Lair's good. Soul Shave Force is not as good, but I guess at least we got a Blue Lair. Honor Arc we already have, so that's not really something we need to worry about. Sword is... It's a trap, I guess. It's a Phantom Knight's trap. Another Sword. Necrovulture's really bad, so we don't want to see seeing that. Another Soul Shave Force is really annoying. Icarus Attack, whatever. Second Silent Boots is okay, but we really need to see like a Fog Blade if we want to do anything with that. Nothing there. Okay, there's an Ancient Cloak. That is good. We need to see at least a Fog Blade and hopefully a Breaksword. Icarus attack. And nothing there. Nothing there. Second Ancient Cloak is good. It is really good, which we need to see like a Fog Blade. There's our first Magna Liger. Wow, I don't think we've seen anything. We've seen two blue layers and a Grand Pulse for Super Quants. It's really unfortunate. Another Alucard and another Honor Arc. There's our first green layer. Fog Blade is good. You know what? I will take that. I'll take that as decent. Satellite Cannon Falcon's not what we wanted though. Hopefully we can get another secret rare. There's our first red layer. Okay, sure. Technically, if we get, do we have three Alphan? We've seen two Alphan. If we technically get Magnus and Ouroboros, we can play Super Quant. There's Ouroboros. Okay, we need a Magnus. It's a secret rare. We already pulled one. I'll take it. I'll take it. I don't care. I don't care. I will take it. We haven't even seen anything else that's really good. We this is technically playable. Not good. Just technically playable. I need to see a third Alphan though. There's a third Alphan. Cool. If I get a second, not a second Magna Liger, unfortunately. If I can get a second like, I would like to see a third blue and a second green. If I can see that, I'll be happy. Third Magna Liger. Wow. Wow. Okay. Gosh. This is good. We got Fog Blade. We got a red and a Magna Liger. We got three ship. We got three Alphan. Technically, this is playable Super Quants. Not good, but it's playable. I think we can make something work.
All right, so I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't exactly remember what all happened in the last few episodes. We've been taking weeks off because we've both been pretty busy and had just general life stuff going on. Um, and yeah, it just I don't remember what happened. I also feel like I just blacked out and I'm here right now. Like today, I just don't remember anything. But anyways, we're playing Phantom Knights. I would play Burning Abyss with this, but yeah, we have like 5 copies of this. Thanks for banning it, Immortal. I'm still sad about it. Not as sad as Centipede. But anyways, so yeah, Phantom Knights is not particularly good on its own. That's why you would play the BAs to make Dante. Dante mill all your Phantom Knights. Phantom Knights specifically just like Silent Boots to add Break Sword. But we don't have or Fog Blade, not Break Sword. We don't have any Fog Blade. So yeah, we are playing all the good Phantom Knights that we have. We are not playing Cloven Helm because that card is really bad. Um, we don't have a Shade Brig, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we don't have a Shade Brig. Like we're just doing our best. This is a going second build, so we're playing the Kaijus and Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. It's just a really solid dark hole, and this can also we can also do this turn one to make breaks, like summon Break Sword, and then Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, get a big guy, and summon Evil Swarm Nightmare off of the destruction effect of Break Sword, summoning back two Phantom Knights as fours. And yeah, so I'll just do the quick card by card. Dad, card's crazy. We can modulate what's in grave because all these banish for their effects. Armor Knight to load up the grave. We're lacking for playables, and that's why we're also playing Math. After that, we're playing the 2 Ancient Cloak that we pulled, the 3 Ragged Gloves that we pulled, and the 2 Silent Boots that we pulled. We are also playing 1 Necrogardna because going first, if we open Armor Knight, we cannot search Fogblade. So we're gonna dump Necrogardna and hope that that's enough. After that, we're playing triple Speedroid, Terratop, and 1 Taka Tomborg because this package is insane and I love it. Been playing it in Crystron, in Modern, and boy is it fun. I really like the Speedroids. I just wish that we had a boss monster to go into. Right now, our boss monster in Prague is exactly starred as Dragon. After that, we're playing 2 Valor, 2 Gamma Seal, and 2 Jizikuri for the Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. Playing 1 Rhoda because all these guys are warriors. 1 Soul Charge, triple Instant Fusion for either Flame Ghost, but probably going to be Norden, let's be real. Norden summon back Armonite is kind of crazy. It's affection negated, but like, that's a rank 4, my guy. And then we're playing triple Upstart Goblin, 1 Raigeki, 1 MST, 1 Twin Twister. I really wish we had a second. I probably should have picked that up, but boy, did I want the the Upstart. Triple Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, 1 Torrential, 1 Eradicator. Um, we can't get to this like super easily. It's usually like a turn 3 play where we just make Crazy Box and we call it a day. We can also do that if Dark Rebellion does not mark him immediately. Then we're playing some amount of Phantom Knight's traps. Just because of the Reborn effect, the attack changing effect does not really matter. And then on the side, double MST if it's playing a backer heavy deck. Triple Deck Devi, and Deck Devi is crazy. Double Mistake, triple Wavering Eyes, and then a Magispector package. We will side this in if we are forced to go first. And we will also side it in with the Wavering Eyes if he's playing a pen strategy. In the extra, we are playing rank 3 slop stuff like Leviathan, Super Quant. We are playing Alucard, 1 Break Sword, 1 Zen Mains, 1 Leviathan, or Levier. This card's crazy in this deck. I really wish we had a second. Abyss Dweller, Downerd, Honor Arc, Crazy Box. We realistically cannot make these 3 without access to Norden. But hey, like, it's fine. We can still do that. Crazy Box, Evil Swarm Nightmare, Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon. This card is crazy. I honestly probably should be playing a second copy. You know what? Yeah, I might be playing a second copy because I know I have two. And then we're playing Flame Ghost, and of course, Norden. This card is crazy. When it's special summon, target a 1 level 4 or lower in your graveyard. Special summon it, but it's effects negated, and banish it when it leaves the field. Its effects will be negated, but it will not be banished when it leaves the field. Because it's just going to go into one of these guys. Or one of these guys. Like, we got so many options here. I'm just excited to lose this episode because I honestly don't think that we're gonna win. I would love to win, but I won't be too hard pressed if we lose. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the games.
And here's the deck. So we are bringing Ghost Tricks. Now, I really wanted to bring Super Quant, but 1 green, 1 red, 2 blue was just not enough. Hopefully, we can win this episode and maybe a couple more to get some extra copies of those cards. But the fact that they also don't get reprinted anytime outside of OTS packs is really unfortunate. So we're bringing Ghost Trick. Now, there's a couple different ways you can build Ghost Tricks. You can build a mill Ghost Trick with Ghost Trick Skeleton. I find that that version of the deck loses to a lot of things. And this is a control strategy where you're just punching your opponent directly thanks to their field spells. So let's get into it. Ghost Trick Doll. So they all have the effect that they can't be normal summon unless you control Ghost Trick. Really bad restriction, but it is there. They also have the effect that they can Pac-Man themselves, so flip themselves face down. And then they all have an effect usually when they're flipped face up or just in general. So Ghost Trick Doll can switch any number of monsters to face down defense position, and then it can special a Ghost Trick monster from the deck equal to the number of face down defense position monsters that were flipped face down. So if you flip down 3, you could summon a 3. Ghost Trick Jack Frost is a battle fader. It fades 2 battle steps. It summons it when a monster declares a direct attack. You summon this, you negate the attack, or you flip that monster into face down defense position, and then it can fade a second attack. Jiangxi is basically the Gear Gia armor for the deck. When it's flipped up, you add a Ghost Trick. The Ghost Trick is just equal to the number. Its level has to equal the number of Ghost Tricks you control, so you can always search a 1. We have Ghost Trick Lantern. This would really like to be a 3 of. This is a Similar to Jack Frost, you negate the attack and you special summon it. Ghost Trick Spectre, when a Ghost Trick is destroyed, you can special summon this and then you draw a card, so that's really nice. Ghost Trick Stein allows you to add a spell trap when you attack directly or when it deals battle damage. And then Ghost Trick Doll allows you to Book of Moon an opponent's card once while it's face up on field. Now you'll notice we are missing one card from this strategy, and that is Mary. Mary has the effect to discard itself to special a Ghost Trick from deck. It is easily one of the most powerful Ghost Tricks, and it is kind of a crux of the deck. The fact that we don't have it is really unfortunate, so we've just loaded up on extra Ghost Tricks. You would normally play things like 2 Jack Frost and 2 Spectre instead. We have Ghost Trick Mansion here, this field spell. So the field spells both allow it so that your monsters cannot attack face down defense position monsters, but they can attack directly. Ghost Trick Mansion makes it so all damage inflicted is halved unless it's Ghost Trick damage. And then Ghost Trick Parade is another field spell that we have that the opponent takes no damage, but when we declare when the opponent declares a direct attack, we can add a Ghost Trick card from our deck to our hand. It's not amazing, but it is an additional Ghost Tricks field spell. We've got the one Terraforming to search these as well. Triple Duality, we do have Triple Duality, and the fact that normally our first turn is going to be set Zhangxi Pass, we're kind of fine with Duality. Swords of Concealing Light will switch all of our opponent's monsters to face down defense position, and they cannot change their battle positions, which is really nice. It means that we can get 2 free attacks in. Bottomless Trap Hole is here just as an interruption, and then we have some Ghost Trick traps. We have Ghost Trick Scare. This allows us to change a number of defense position monsters to face up, and then if they're Ghost Tricks, we flip our opponent's face down. This could be up to a Book of Moon times 5. And then Ghost Trick Vanish, we have one of this. This will allow us to just reveal a Ghost Trick, and then our defense position monsters can't be targeted nor destroyed by card effects. So it lets us protect from something like a Torrential or a Raigeki or a Dark Hole. Ghost Trick Go Round is also another really interesting one. Once per battle phase, we can activate one of these effects. We can either flip a Ghost Trick face down and then flip an opponent's monster face up, or we can flip one of our monsters face down or face up and our opponent's monster face down. Notably, I believe that does trigger Zhangxi, so that's pretty cool. We got Mirror Force and Threatening Roar to protect our back row, and an old school staple, Needle Sealing. This is making a return. Because Needle Sealing only destroys face up monsters, and we're hoping to have almost all of our Ghost Tricks face down during our opponent's turn, we can flip this and just nuke the board. In the side deck, we've got the usual staples, and then in the extra deck, we have Downerd, double Alucard, double Angel of Mischief. This card is really good for the deck. The fact that it's a 2k beater means that it puts a clock on your opponent very quickly. One Ghost Trick Dual Hand, we would really like to have more of this because we have so many level 1s, but one we'll just have to do. Double So Cute Boss, I doubt we're ever going to summon 2 of them considering we only have 1 Witch and 2 Doll, but it is in here. Actually, I will switch this out really quickly. I will put in a Gachi Gachi Gentetsu. Okay, fine. I'm going to have to cut this out, I'm sure. Level 2. Where is it? There it is. Gachi Gachi Kentetsu. Might as well have that. Levier, Mech-Whipped, Leviathan, Lionheart, Gin Buster, Slacker, Grand Pulse, and Gachi Gachi Gentetsu. Just a very big sweep. We're probably not going to be making a ton of these. Mostly we're going to be focusing on the Ghost Trick XYZs. But that being said, let's get on into the deck, and hopefully we can scare Zach just a little bit. Well, Zach, we are here. We opened up Wing Raiders, and gotta be honest, I don't know if this is the first deck build set, but this was a really solid deck build set if it is, because it had Super Quant, a fan favorite deck that saw playability on and off. It had Phantom Knights, like a tier 2 strategy from release till like, what, 2021, 2022? And I forget the last, whatever the other one was. It was something, I think.
I think it had like some harpy stuff in it.
Yeah, it had like Harpist. It had something. Oh, it was Raid Raptors. That's what it is. Raid Raptors.
Yep.
Yeah, a strategy
like
that was
support
like
for Raid Raptors.
Yeah, Raid Raptors, which eventually does become meta, just not for a long ass time.
When? It's never been. It's always been like the worst rogue deck in existence. What are you
No,
talking
it had like the one stent of playability when people were just Tenpai like OTKing you. It was like, oh, let's just FTK them with Raid Raptors instead.
Yeah, I mean it was.
That was a
around
shit format.
in, like,
That was a
in
shit format,
locals,
though. Yeah.
For all of like a week before people realized you can just like throw hand traps
Yeah, you
at
you
the
hit you hit the
first
Raiders
XYZ
Knight.
they
They
make and they lose.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
you
hit
hit the
Raiders Knight,
Raiders
lose.
Knight. They cry themselves to sleep.
Yeah.
But anyways, well, hopefully we see some of those interesting decks. Maybe not today, but eventually. Let's go ahead and roll the dice and get on into it. If I can roll it, actually, there we go. And whoop,
Oh my
a.
gosh.
All right. I will. See, again, we're getting to the point where it's like, do we take first? Do we take second? I think I'm gonna take first.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
We're at the point where decks want to go first and they want to make like extra deck monsters, but our pools don't really support that. So it's just been an interesting deck building dilemma.
Yeah, for sure. Gosh, this is not great. Well, stand by main.
Yep.
Where you're just going to set a card and pass the turn.
Draw. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh. Standby main.
sure.
This hand sucks.
You're telling me, bro.
I'm going to normal summon the Phantom Knights of Ragged
Oh,
Gloves.
you got the Phantom Knights. Yeah, sure. Ragged Gloves is fine.
I'll special Silent Boots.
Sure. Yep.
I'll overlay
Sure.
into Breakage Sword.
You got the Break
Anything
Sword.
on summon.
Very good card. No, I have nothing on summon of Break Sword.
Break Sword target itself in the back row.
I'll chain it here. It's Threatening Roar.
Okay. Break Sword will get destroyed. Proc Break Sword to special back to guys.
Yep.
Boop. Boop. And they are level 4s.
Yep.
I cannot summon anything but darks. So we are going to just
Ooh. Okay. Evil Storm
Go
Nightmare.
ahead.
Pretty neat. All right.
Oh, in
Draw.
defense. Sorry, I thought this was Roach. I always get these two confused. I'm like, Roach, you summon an attack.
That is fair. Okay. Well, again, we're kind of in a rough position. I am going to. God, this is really bad. Are you going to kill me this turn? That's the question.
I honestly have no clue.
You. Yeah, you know what? We're just gonna pass it up. I really this is a very bad hand. I am not going to lie.
I am reading my cards for the first freaking time.
Yeah.
Gloves gives this guy 1,000 attack.
He does in fact give him 1,000 attack.
Okay. Stand by main.
Yep.
Speaking of gloves,
Yeah. I will take
Punch.
29.50.
yay, main 2.
Yep.
I'll set a card and you can go.
Sure. Draw. Ah, gosh, that is just so bad.
My board feels so incredibly weak. I don't know how I'm up on life right now.
Yeah, good question. All right, well, we're gonna do this. So we're gonna start by activating Swords of Concealing Light.
Okay, I need to. What the fuck does this do?
It
Change
flips.
all monsters your opponent controls to face down defense position. Your
Yep.
opponent controls. I'm going to chain Twin Twisters, pitching gloves, and
Ooh.
just targeting the one.
Sure, go for it. Yeah. All right. Well, that was a fun turn. Let's see. We'll set.
What are you playing Concealing Light in? What the heck?
That's a good question, dog. That's a good question. Um. Yeah. We will set, and we will. Gosh, I kind of don't, but I kind of don't want to do anything more, but I kind of have to. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'll regret this if I die. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Let's get gaming. Standby main.
Yep.
Normal Terror Top effect.
Yeah. Go for it.
Grab and I'll just special attack a Tomborg.
Sure.
If I can frickin' find it. There it is.
It's not in your hand, sad. On summon. Get fucked.
Okay. Well, now I got graveyard effects.
Yeah, you do.
We are going
Unfortunately.
to banish Ragged Gloves
Yep.
to Foolish.
Go for it.
Um, we will Foolish Wing.
Okay. Wings. Okay. Okay.
Um, I'll banish Silent Boots as well.
To set right? Yeah. Oh no, to add spell trap. Go
Yeah,
for
it
it.
adds.
Did you get the fog blade? That's the question. I assume you had to.
Ogblade was not in Oh, it was in Ring
It was
Raiders.
in Wing
Okay.
Raiders, yeah. So you, I'm assuming you didn't
I
get it,
did not. I did
which
not
is
get a
interesting because
Fogblade.
I feel like there's no reason to play this deck outside of fog blade. But okay,
I got Break Sword. Break Sword's a good card.
break sword is a good card. All right, draw. Jeez. All right, fine. Standby main.
Yeah.
Let's set, set,
What are you
set, and
doing?
pass.
Are you playing freaking Ghost Trick? What the heck are you doing? Standby main.
Yep.
Well, you're on some shit. Let's just Geki. I want to see what you're doing. This is the first monster I've seen.
All right. In response to Raigeki, I will activate Ghost Trick Vanish. I will
You are
I will reveal a Ghost Trick Spectre in my hand to protect my face down defense position monsters from targeting and destruction by card effects.
okay.
At least I chased out your Raigeki. You ain't got any more. Ah, fuck. You sure you want to give me that?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Wings affect targeting. Uh, Gloves.
Sure.
Special gloves.
Yep.
Normal.
Oh, you did get an Ancient Cloak. This was an ultra rare, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. All right. Fair enough. Go for it.
So, oh no, it was yeah, it was an ultra rare. And Silent Boots was a super.
Fair enough. Also, I realized I
Overlay
messed up.
into the 2800 Alucard.
That does in fact work. Yep.
Activate Alucard, target the back row.
Sure. It is. It's Ghost Trick Scare.
We'll just go battle, and I'll hit over the kaiju.
Sure. I'll take 600.
Yep. I will pass.
Sure. Draw. Oh goodness. Okay.
I can't believe you're playing this.
Bro, there's a lot of things I could be playing. Let's be real.
True.
I will set, and I will set. I guess. Gosh, this is kind of the rough part. I guess I should have activated this. I am playing this deck really bad, but to be fair, it's a bad deck that I'm playing very bad. I also stand with me. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll activate. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not gonna do anything. Go ahead.
I'll draw.
Yep.
Stand by main.
Sure.
Detach, target the set.
Target one set card. I will chain Ghost Trick Scare. Target the set to flip it face up, and then if it's a changed face down, it's basically a bad Book of Moon.
Okay.
All right. So it will flip. It is Ghost Trick Spectre, and then I'll book the Alucard.
Does it target?
It does not target the Alucard. No. It targets the monster in my. It targets the face down monster I control, but the flip of monsters you control is on resolution.
Okay.
Yep.
Flip?
Yeah, that's something you can do. Yeah. But it saves my guy from being targeted because it's no longer set.
Punch.
Yep.
Pass.
Sure. Draw. Okay. We're gonna set, and we're going to activate Mansion and pass.
I cannot attack them.
You can't attack the face
I can
downs.
attack
You
direct.
can attack directly.
Stand by me.
Yep.
I'll upstart.
I will take 1,000. I might need that.
I'm going to normal summon Necro Gardna.
Sure.
That's right, we're playing good cards today.
Good in 2010, I guess. Sure.
I will attack direct.
So I will take 18 off of this one, and I will take 300 off of Necro because it's not a ghost trick.
And then in damage 7. Or
sure.
not, and on attack deck, I'm gonna equip.
Necro with that, so it's 800, so it goes up to
800.
14, so I'm going to take 7, so I'll take an extra 4.
Mm-hmm. Main 2, I will set a card and pass.
Sure, draw. Standby main. Let's flip Ghost Trick Doll.
Okay.
So then I'll activate the effect when it's flipped face up. During the end phase, I change as many face up monsters on the field as to face down defense position, and then I specially Ghost Trick from my deck whose level is less than or equal to the number of monsters flipped down by this effect.
Mm-hmm. So currently a 3.
Yes. So
if
I
you
will
normal summon a Ghost Trick, you could do a 4.
I could, yes. There's no Ghost Trick level 4 though, sadly.
Yeah, I know. I know. They're all bad.
Oh, there is one now, but there's no currently. Okay. I will declare the effect of Doll to set a face down. Oh wait, no, that's I do not want to activate that effect. I forgot about that. You need to let it flip face down by its own effect. I will set a card. I will proceed to the end phase, and I'll resolve Doll effect. Yes. So this gets set, and then I will special.
This falls off.
I will special Jiangxi in face down defense position because it did flip.
That's the
3.
good one.
Yes, it is the only good one.
True. Literally true.
Very true, yeah.
Stand by, main.
Yep.
Vanish sword.
Yep.
Target gloves.
Sure. Special it, yeah.
Flip row summon.
Yep.
Anything here?
Nope, nothing there.
Levier.
Sure.
Detach Gardna. Target boots.
Sure. God, it feels like Levier was just made for Phantom Knights, doesn't it?
Yeah, it just so happened to be made like forever ago.
Yeah, if it wasn't a dark, or if it was a dark, if it wasn't a wind, if it was a dark, it would be literally just a Phantom Knights card. But the fact that it's a wind is probably good. The fact that you can't make it when you're dark locked is probably beneficial.
Flip.
Sure.
Battle.
Yep.
Wait, does it have to be in defense? No, I just about to summon it. Okay. Hua.
Mirror Force.
I kind of knew that was coming.
Yeah, I kind of think it did.
100% okay.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna chain wing to that just to equip.
Sure.
And then
you're equipping to
it's not destroyed.
The boots?
Yeah, just to this guy. This is not destroyed. I should have done to the Levier, but I'm dumb.
Sure. Go for
it. It doesn't matter, because main phase 2,
hold on. Destroy as many monsters on the field as possible in special 2 kaiju. Yeah. Alright, fine. Alright.
I ain't letting you get that.
Alright. Well, I assume I'm taking the turtle.
Yeah.
Alright.
Now they must attack.
If able, right?
Yes, if able. Currently they are not. End phase, pack.
Sure, draw. Standby main. Welp. Boop. I guess we'll deck thin a little bit while terraforming.
Sure.
Could you believe that there is not one, not two, but three Ghost Trick field spells, and none of them are good?
They're all
They're
awful.
all
They're
really
all the
bad.
worst cards ever printed. They really just were like, oh, we're gonna make the artwork of Ghost Trick like hella cool, but the cards they do nothing.
Yeah. We'll add Ghost Trick Parade, and then I will. I guess I'll activate Ghost Trick Parade in hopes that I
Yeah,
maybe survive, but I probably won't. Go ahead.
I'll draw.
Yep.
Oh gosh, that's crazy. Um, are you dead?
I probably am, yeah.
Stand by main.
Yeah, go for it.
Instant fusion.
Oh, Jesus. You have Norden. God damn it. Yeah, go for it.
God dang it, Bobby. Special Norden. Norden effect.
Yep.
Once it catches up, we're gonna special out. It doesn't matter. DB, come on. The greatest program
It's just so
ever
good.
made.
So good. This is real time lag, people. This is
I
not.
swear. The person that owns the DB servers needs to stop using the frickin' toaster.
True.
Uh, I'm then
Alright.
gonna activate wings.
Sure.
Uh, I wish I had a second break sword. That'd be really nice.
I'm sure you do. I wish I had good
Um,
cards.
I'm sure you do.
Okay.
I mean, you did choose to make this,
I
or
did.
to play this deck.
I did,
So,
but I didn't expect to run into Kaiju Slumber. Sure.
I have three. What are you talking about?
I just didn't expect it to be in the main deck. I don't know. Yeah, go for it.
Um, so Norden cannot attack, and it's destroyed during the end phase.
That is correct.
Huasha.
Sure.
Huasha.
Yeah, so when you declare the direct attack, I'll use the effect of Ghost Trick Parade to add a card.
Sure.
Let's see. I think it's because it's on attack declaration. I can't use it in response. So
Correct. If you're thinking about, well, it depends. Depends on the card you get.
there's unfortunately just like not any good ones right now because yeah, there happens to be a card on my side of the field that allows you to attack directly.
Rude.
um, yeah, I guess it's just this. I guess we'll get Lantern and hope to survive another turn.
Okay. I mean, you are literally surviving.
Yeah, so I'll
You're
take
taking the 25.
Yeah, I will take
Main
25.
2. End phase.
Norden dies, yeah. Draw. Least impactful Norden ever. Well, that's actually not too bad. Stand by main.
You see, here's
Swords.
the issue. Oh. So for 2 turns, I cannot flip them.
Correct. So here's the issue that I'm facing. I could set the lantern, right? Because then I could poke you for like 200 or like 1600, or I could just keep it in hand and not die if you draw a Twin Twister or an MST. So go ahead. Oh gosh. This is clinging to life turbo. That's what this is.
Stand by me.
Yeah.
Can I read Lantern real quick?
Sure. When your opponent declares a direct attack or a Ghost Trick monster you control is targeted for an attack, negate the attack specials on this card from your hand in face down defense position.
Okay. So, here's the good news. You're not dead.
Sure. Okay.
Here's the bad news. I top decked Soul Charge.
Oh, what the fuck? Alright, yeah, go for it. Oh my
I'm
god.
going to summon out Break Sword.
Sure.
I'm going to summon out. It does not matter. I wish I could summon Nord. I'm going to summon out.
Oh yeah, thank goodness you can't because it wasn't properly specialed.
Um, Ragged. Well, actually, do I summon out the break sword? I'm not gonna summon the break sword.
Sure.
I'm gonna summon Gamma Seal,
Oh my god, yeah.
boots, gloves, and then new card PogChamp, new card PogChamp. Um, once Stevie catches up. Here
Grandma's
we
shit.
go.
Oh my god. Just getting
Say
cooked.
bye bye.
To the swords, I assume.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Expected.
Flip summon. Flip summon.
Now, interestingly enough, you actually can't flip the Jizikiro because you already control a kaiju.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Slightly better
Flip
for
phase.
me, I guess.
Why game bug? Why
Yeah.
game bug?
Yeah, why
Pass.
game bug? Alright, there is like one card that does it, and it doesn't even do it. Uh, yeah. Guess go ahead.
I will draw.
Yep.
Stand by main.
Sure.
Switch to attack.
Yep.
Boop.
Pop the field spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Battle.
Yep. Lantern.
Yep.
So it negates the attack. You still attack directly because you have to attack the monster because the field spell's not
Oh,
on
I
the
do,
field
yeah.
anymore. Yeah.
Attack.
Sure. I got a second lantern.
What does it do when it's flipped?
Nothing. Literally nothing. It allows me to normal summon other ghost tricks. That's what it does.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna banish IKS.
Sure, to grab another kaiju.
Yeah.
Sure. You want a kaiju my
Go
guy?
ahead.
No. Okay.
No, I don't.
Draw.
I distinctly do not.
Duality.
Sure. What are you gonna hope for? Oh, actually, the ceiling's kind of nice.
It is, but it isn't at the same time.
Yeah, if you blow up my field, I'm just gonna freaking flip up Jizakiri.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is like if I grab the ceiling, I have to let you go to battle phase, and then you just flip up Jizukiru. I almost want to grab Doll.
You know, that's fair.
Yeah, you know what? I think grabbing Doll is unironically better here. Yeah,
So
I'll grab
one
Doll to hand.
flip, it doesn't do anything.
So to bottom of deck. Bottom of deck, shuffle, shuffle.
Why are you grabbing doll?
So what I do is I flip summon this lantern, and then I can
Oh, and then you can
normal
normal
summon this, and then trigger the effect.
Yeah, sure.
And then go to the end phase, resolve the effect of Doll to flip everything.
Yeah.
And then I get to special. I will special summon Jiangxi.
Sure.
And I will pass the turn.
I will draw.
Yep.
Oh. Standby main.
Yep.
What's the defense on? That's just like 800 or something.
Jiangxi, it has 18. It's actually.
I know Jiangxi. Skeleton has like 800 or 0 or one of the two.
Yeah, Skeleton has a weird attack stat, yeah.
Here you go.
Over the Jiangxi? Sure.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna flip summon this boyo.
Sure.
Flip.
Sure.
Flip.
Sure.
Normal.
Sure.
I'm not going to use the effect.
Sure.
Battle.
Yeah. Crash, sure. Yep. I guess we'll activate Doll effect. It's not gonna do anything.
Lethal?
You can't attack the Mathematician. No, you got it.
I was like, what are you talking about?
Oh man, who would have imagined Ghost Tricks didn't win against
They
Phantom
couldn't
Knights?
do the ghost trick. Ha ha ha.
Yeah,
I
alright.
hate my life.
I'll go first, see if we can do a little bit better this time.
Sure.
Alright, standby main.
Sure.
Let's go ahead and activate terraforming.
Sure.
We will grab Mansion to hand.
Mm-hmm.
We will activate Mansion. We will set a card and set a back row. Yeah. And we'll pass it up.
I will draw.
Yep.
Stand by main.
Yep.
I'll MST this.
The back row?
Descent. Yeah.
I will chain it. It's threatening roar.
T-roar. Okay. Um, I will special Terratop.
Sure.
Terratop effect.
Yep.
Add and special Takatomborg.
Sure. Go for it.
I'm going to normal summon Ragged Gloves.
Sure.
Going to overlay
Sure.
for, gosh, I'm missing one material.
Doesn't that suck when your tiers not tier 0 at this point, but when you're
I'm missing the whole BA portion of this deck.
who gives a shit? You're not missing. You're just missing Dante. It's not a big deal.
That's the whole reason to play it.
Sure.
Alucard.
Uh, yeah. Yeah, I have nothing to stop that. All right, to grave with Stein. Sad.
Yay. Battle phase.
Sure. No damage, threatening roar, but thanks.
Yeah, it was to intimidate.
Yeah,
I'll
very
pass.
intimidating. All right, draw phase, draw for turn. Standby main. Jeez. I guess. Yeah, I guess we just passing the turn. I don't want to give you more fuel to just hit with Alucard.
Stand by main.
Yeah.
I'll pop.
Set cards.
Actually, I'm not gonna pop.
Sure.
I'm gonna activate Eradicator, tributing the Alucard, calling traps.
Sure. So you look at my hand and every card I draw. All right.
For the next 3 turns.
All right. So this mirror force is destroyed.
I'm going to. Oh, I can't move it there. I don't know where to put this. I'm just gonna leave it here.
That's fine. If you need another spell trap zone, you're good.
I doubt I will.
You can put it in the pen zone.
I tried. I can't.
Oh, really? That's lame.
Gonna banish Ragged Gloves.
Sure.
We are going to foolish. Doesn't really matter here. I'll foolish Ancient Cloak.
Sure.
I guess it does matter. I'm gonna normal summon Ragged Gloves.
Sure.
I will banish Ancient Cloak.
To add. Yep, go for it.
To add, yeah. I'm gonna add and special.
So I know why I always think that one of the cloak or boots sets. It's because Bardiche is the one that sets from deck.
Yes.
But I always think that one of these also does it for some reason. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways.
I'm going to overlay
Sure.
for Break Sword.
Sure.
I'm going to Break Sword, detach to pop itself, and no, I'm gonna pop the Terratop in the Mansion.
Target one card you control, one card your opponent. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Bye bye mansion.
And this is at 3,000.
Yep. Because.
I'll punch you for the 3,000.
I will Jack Frost to negate the effect
Yep.
and flip this face down.
Yep. Main 2.
Yep.
I will set 1 and pass.
Sure. Draw. Reveal. It is not a trap card.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What do I do here?
Turn 1.
Yeah. Gosh, this is like really lame. Also, this is summon and face down. This does summon and face down. This is technically supposed to be set right now. Gosh, there is just not a convenient way to do this, is there? No, no, I guess there isn't. All right. We will flip Jack Frost.
Mm-hmm.
Normal summon Lantern.
Sure.
Overlay for
Dullahan.
Dullahan. Yep.
Yo!
It's technically at 1200 right now.
Mm-hmm.
I could hit
It
over the
can,
break
in
sword.
fact, punch over the break sword
I can, in fact, do that. I'm just debating if that's
and proc the break sword.
good. Yeah. Can I read break sword actually, real quick? Just so I make sure
Yeah,
I'm not stupid.
if you punch it, they will special back. I can special back 2.
um, this XYZ summon card is destroyed.
Does it
Important.
not count as XYZ summoned as
After it's
if
flipped
it's
face
flipped?
down, it forgets its summoning conditions, yeah.
Oh, that's dumb.
Yeah, it is, but it matters. So this is technically at 12 right now. So the question is, do I want to run face first into a mirror force? And I think the answer, unfortunately, has to be yes. So we'll go to battle, and I will attack.
Sure.
Okay. Second main, we will overlay for Ghost Trick Angel of Mischief.
Mm-hmm.
Declare Angel of Mischief, detaching Dullahan to add
Yeah.
a spell, or a trap,
Mm-hmm.
technically. How does this card work again? And all cards they draw. All cards in your opponent's all spell traps they
So the card
control.
you add will not count.
Yeah. So I
If you
think,
upstarted, then I would have to look at it though.
yeah. I would really like to add literally anything other than what I'm probably going to have to add. Um, yeah, I think I just need another turn. So we'll add Ghost Trick. Oh no, that doesn't work. That doesn't work the way I want it to. Hmm. Sorry, I gotta think here. So I can either add one of the shitty field spells, or I can add one of the shitty spell traps.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at right now.
There are absolutely 0 good Ghost Trick cards,
Correct.
except for Alucard. Dullahan's like fine.
Dullahan is okay. Alucard is really good. Angel of Mischief is technically good, just not as good as we would like it to be. Uh, See, here's like the biggest problem is there just isn't a Ghost Trick spell that is Battle Fader. That's the biggest problem with the deck, believe it or not. If there was or if there was a way to get to a way to stop the battle, it'd be great. But no, okay. I guess we just play for the long game. We'll add Parade to hand, and then
Mm-hmm.
Dullahan effect. I will target. I'll target Stein to add it to hand.
Sure.
Adds to hand, right? Yeah. Yeah, add to hand. All right. I will activate Parade, and I
Mm-hmm.
will pass the turn.
Okay. Draw.
Yep.
Standby main.
Yep.
Oh, you're making me read Ghost Tricks. This is a cruel and unusual punishment.
I know it's so bad. See, okay, here's a fun fact while you read the Ghost Trick cards. Back when I first started getting into Yu Gi Oh!, I was watching a bunch of Duel Logs videos. And
Ew, I'm so sorry.
yeah, one of the first videos I watched was like top 10 worst alt win conditions. And Ghost Trick Angel of Mischief was number 10 as like the best worst alternate win condition. And when I saw it, I
Oh,
was like, "Oh, this card is really cool. Like she's kind of cute. She has a really interesting effect." He was describing how like normally you can get it to at least 4 materials on the turn you summon it, and like you can use like some of the different XYZ like support cards to attach more materials to it. I was like, this is pretty cool. And this was back in 2021, so like Ghost Trick was already known to be a very bad strategy at that point. So then, like when it came to modern day when I'm like, oh, ghost tricks are kind of cool. Like maybe I should like see about picking them up. And I'm reconnecting. Yeah, this deck is so bad. It is so far beyond what it needed to be to be playable in any capacity. So that's my Ghost Trick story. That is my entire time with Ghost Trick, apart from the Mary Jiangxi Spectre line that you saw in Ghost Trick Medolce. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, continue.
I've got quite the turn for you here.
I imagine you do. I imagine I am not surviving.
I think you're gonna live, but yeah, I'm
Like I
gonna
said,
banish Ragged Gloves.
cling to life turbo. Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to foolish. Where are you at, my guy? I'm gonna foolish Ancient Cloak.
Sure.
Wait, no, I'm not. I'm stupid.
You're good. You're good. Yeah.
I forgot the line as soon as I freaking
You forgot it as soon as you started doing it. Yeah, I got you.
yeah. Send to grave
Yep.
that.
Yep.
I'm going to. That's so cool. I'm gonna banish wings, targeting the Silent Boots.
Sure.
Special summon.
Sure.
I'm going to normal summon Armonite, activate the effect.
Powerful card. Yeah.
This is how we are getting this into grave.
Sure.
Banish
Yep.
to add.
Sure.
Special summon, because it has no restrictions, just needs a Phantom Knights monster.
Actually, did you read the second part? The second line of text can only special summon Phantom Knights of Silent Boots once per turn. Oh, this way. Yeah, you're good.
This way.
I didn't even read the whole effect. Yeah, it is this way. So
I'm gonna overlay for Levier.
sure.
Levier effect,
Sure.
targeting. I'm gonna target Cloak.
Sure.
I'm going to banish the boots.
Sure.
We deck thinning. I'm gonna add to hand Sword.
Sure. Go for it.
I love how few restrictions Levier has.
It's really funny. So one of the first events I ever judged. I had a judge call about Levier, and they asked, can they summon a card? So it was opponent had Leviathan Dragon. The player who called me asked, can they summon a card from my banishment? And then I said, read the card. Does it say from your banished cards? No, it just says target a level 4 lore banished monster specialist. It's the same wording as Monster Reborn, just for banished cards. Really funny.
Battle.
Sure.
Attack. On attack deck.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, there you go. Guess what? Sure. So that'll go up to 23, so I'll take 300, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, this goes. It's 300, 8, and 14.
I'm actually not going to attack
Okay.
with either
Sure.
of the 8 or 14 because I do not want you to once per turn add off of Parade.
Sure, fair enough.
I'm going to activate the effect of Ancient Cloak, switching it to defense, so it becomes 16, 18.
Very funny.
Because it has that effect for some reason.
It does, in fact,
end
have that
phase,
effect, yeah.
Pass.
Sure. Draw phase, draw for turn.
What you got there?
It is a Pot of Duality, which I will be
that's
activating
pretty good.
immediately. Jeez.
Want to add the T-Roar?
Do I want to add the Threatening Roar? That's the question. You still have Levier activation. God, there is just so little I can do. No.
Correct.
We're going to... I don't know. You set a card, so I presume you set the sword. I don't know what you could have.
I did, in fact, search Sword.
Yeah, you search sword, so I assume you set it. I don't know, so I presume you. I don't know the last card in hand.
You do not
You
know.
do still have a Leviathan activation. Uh, don't have any Ghost Tricks in the graveyard, so detaching the boots is not going to do a whole lot. I also only saw
Mhm.
one sword and one wings out of you last game, so I assume that's all you have.
You saw two swords and
Did
or
I?
two wing, one sword.
Okay, so I did see a second wing out of you. I forget when I saw it, but
Um, yeah, I'm
uh,
looking at this duality and I'm thinking, it really could be better. But then again, you are playing Ghost Trick,
yeah,
so I think the problem is the deck.
it definitely is the deck. I won't lie. We are going to. Unfortunately, the problem is you know the contents of my hand. I will
Yes, I
add.
do.
I think I. It's either I add the T roar and I basically say, "Well, see you next turn," or I don't add the T roar. And I
Yeah,
just
that
hope you can't push lethal. And I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna add Spectre to hand.
okay. What
Top
a
of
cool and interesting deck you have here.
it is it to be fair. Okay, the Ghost
I
Tricks
do I
are
do
really
think that the
cool.
art is very cool, but the playstyle sucks.
The art is cool, the concept is cool, a lot of the effects are really strong. It is honestly this first line of text on every ghost trick that makes it a problem. Cannot be normal summoned unless you control a ghost trick monster. That is,
It,
in my opinion, that is the biggest problem with the entirety of the ghost trick archetype.
I think the biggest problem with the Ghost Trick archetype is that it was designed as if the format was GOAT
Yeah.
in 2014 when they were printed.
Yeah, if this was an archetype released in like gosh,
Like this would go crazy.
2009.
Honestly, I think that this would be Power Crept in Edison.
Yeah, if this was released in like 2009, 2008, sometime between like Goat and Edison format when we had like Quick Draw Dandy and everything, this would have been a very interesting rogue deck that did see play and experimentation. The problem is, it just wasn't that. So, anyways, I'm gonna stop stalling now. I will just.
Set
Uh,
a card. Ooh.
yeah, I will set a card, and could be anything, so I will pass.
Yeah, it could be a Stein, it could be a Witch, it could be a doll. Did you add doll or was it?
I added
It was
Spectre,
Spectre.
yeah.
Draw.
Yep.
That's pretty good. Standby main.
Yep.
Effect.
Sure.
Target the cloak.
Sure.
Oh, and this is back to its original.
It's
Um,
really weird that it has the effect.
I yep.
Weirdly enough, it can target any dark monster on the field. That is so weird. All right.
Yep.
Yep. Fair enough. Pop
Say
the
bye
parade.
bye parade.
Sure. Yeah.
Now what?
Good question.
Uh, see what you're working with.
Oh my god. Had to be a kaiju. It had to be a kaiju. Fucking Christ.
Um, I'm gonna normal summon gloves because it's funny,
Yeah.
and I will do battle because it's funny. I
Sure.
will attack, and you are going to
Take a
activate the guy.
hundred.
Oh, you're not. Oh, okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, Spectre is a balanced card and only works when a Ghost Trick monster is destroyed. So I'll take 18, uh, 14, I assume, and a
And
1,000.
1,000.
Really disrespecting me by not attacking in Gore's order.
I literally know the contents of your hand.
True.
It's
Right.
not disrespect, it's laziness because I know what your hand
I
is.
don't think I shuffled my deck because I just drew. I will
Oh,
reveal it. I just drew the doll, so I think I did not shuffle after I put them back on top of deck with duality. I can check the
hold on, let me
log
check
if
the
I want.
logs.
Yeah.
You, in fact, did not shuffle.
All right. Shuffle. Shuffle. Draw. Well, that would have been great. Like turn one.
What is it?
DD
Oh, okay.
Crow.
Well, good news. After this turn, Eradicator's over.
True. I mean, yeah, that is the thing. Shit, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'll set and I'll pass. There's literally
I will
nothing
draw.
else I can do.
Stand by me.
Yeah, thinking
I'd
here.
kill for a Link monster right now.
Just because I don't know if you even have any. I'm
I'm gonna
assuming
DD
you're.
Crow one of my guys.
Yeah, I'm just gonna DD Crow the cloak. Because
That's
you can't
fair.
add a. All three of your gloves are accounted for. I see two boots, so yeah, I don't think you have any more Phantom Knights, but you could. So
Hmm.
you could add another. That's basically where I'm at.
Yeah. Battle.
Yep.
Swing.
Sure. I will Spectre here. Special and then draw. It does
Yep.
not flip your guy, it just specials.
Oh,
Yeah, Jack Frost is the one that specials and flips your
that's the
guy
one.
face
That's
down.
the one.
This one just specials and then draws a card. Or summons and then draws a card. So,
Set 2, 3. What's the defense?
0. 18, 14. I am just barely alive. Again.
On attack deck, equip.
Oh, right, you had that. I forgot about that. If it. This really did not help. The draw was DD Crow.
Oh, here's another TD Crow.
Duality. What would duality have gotten me? Nothing. That wouldn't have done
Frost
anything.
isn't
Threatening
the
roar.
worst.
Ah.
So, what the heck is your deck?
So okay. So I will tell you, I pulled at least one of every super quant card. Really good,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
I pulled two blue layer, one green layer, one red layer, one Magnus, three Alphan. All of those, apart from the numbers of red and green, are like fine, right? I think I pulled, no joke, four Magna Liger, so the red XEs, two green and two blue. So my pulls for super quants in terms of volume were crazy. In terms of playable cards, not a thing. Not a thing at all. So I was really trying to figure out, like, okay, what's outside the box? What could I play? And I was like, Ghost Tricks was a strategy that people fucked around with. Wasn't good, but they fucked around with it. And I was like, if he's bringing something that just is like another slow control deck or something that just like doesn't have good removal or whatever, Ghost Trick might have this like inevitability that just kind of like outgrinds you. So the concept of this Ghost Trick deck is basically Ghost Trick control, right? You use Mirror Force, you use Threatening Roar, and you use things like Needle Sealing and Swords of Concealing Light to make it so your opponent doesn't have monsters, but since you all have face down monsters, your monsters are fine. You establish one of the field spells, so the Mansion or the Parade, which lets you attack directly, and then you either just attack directly with your little main deck guys, or the extract bodies are fairly large, right? Like Angel of Mischief is 2K, Alucard, as we know, is 18, so nothing to shake a stick at. And then also there is kind of like the resource loop of when you play Ghost Tricks, you never run out of the Ghost Trick XEs because each XEs can put one of them back. So even when I only have one Dullahan, which is unfortunate, but it means that if I make Alucard, I can just put the Dullahan back, and then when I make the Dullahan, it puts the Alucard back. It's just a nice little line, right? And so the whole concept is like you slowly grind out your opponent with like the trap cards, and the Swords of Concealing Light prevents them from doing anything, and you just hit them over the course of a couple turns, and eventually they die. The other way you could play this deck was obviously the mill deck with Skeleton, which is in my opinion the fun way to play the
Terrible.
deck, but is not the good way, especially if your
It
opponent
is.
is playing a graveyard focused strategy.
Yeah.
So that was the concept behind it. I was trying to angle shoot a little bit in the off meta direction, hoping you were also going to do something like that, and I just catch you in a weird state of you can't do as much as I can. The problem was you were playing a deck that almost feels tailor made to beat this, with kaijus in the main deck, with Raigekis and Twin Twisters in the main deck, with the virus cards, Grand Pulse and Alucard, Alucard's a really good card. Case in point, it beats the Ghost Trick strategy.
I
So
will say, Deck Devi was in the side,
yeah,
but Eradicator was in the main.
that's so gross. So yeah, so the other thing that kind of sucked about this deck is I unfortunately did not have the one other good Ghost Trick card, which I know you're saying, what is the other good Ghost Trick card?
Mary.
You will notice I do not have a single copy of Mary. Mary is debatably the best one because you pitch it to summon a guy from deck, so you can just pitch it to summon a Jiangshi. I don't know if I should have gone second. Part of me wants to say I should have, but another part of me also just didn't want to establish something like a Twin Twisters and then just flip it on my turn or during my end phase and just wipe my entire board. So it's really hard to say whether or not I made the right decision going first both games. But yeah, side deck I put in Lancias and Crows, hoping to just hit something or prevent you from banishing to stop the line, but just didn't see them.
Lancia would have hurt. I'm not gonna
It
lie.
would have. It would have if I saw it. If I saw it. So this was entirely based off of a deck profile from a later 2016 time period when we had 3 Allure of Darkness. That's the other big thing that was holding this deck back is you would Allure of Darkness and just banish whatever. Didn't matter. You were playing Ghost Trick. None of your cards matter. And that just additional searching and consistency made it a lot better. So the fact that I don't have Allure of Darkness and it is currently still, I believe, semi-limited or limited, and the fact that I didn't have Mary meant that this is a worse Ghost Trick deck, and I tried to supplement it with more trap cards. But yes, it didn't work. Like I said, I think it could have worked if you were playing something else, something like stupid that was just like another control deck. But yeah, you were playing Phantom Knights. So go ahead and talk about Phantom Knights.
So, Phantom Knights at this time, as a pure deck, are not necessarily what you would call consistent. And I'm missing a lot of
What?
the tools. Like, you really need multiple break sword.
Yeah.
Uh, I got incredibly lucky with my pulls in that I got 2 of the ultra rare
Cloak.
cloak.
Yeah.
I got 2 of the super rare, and then the others were like rares and commons. It did not matter.
Yeah. I'm going to check my pool real quick 'cause I know I did also pull decent on the Phantom Knights, just not nearly as good.
I just I was perplexed on what to play.
Yeah.
And usually Phantom Knights would like do stuff with the BAs. You would mill 3 with Dante, and then you'd be able to banish like your boots to add Fog Blade. But I don't have any Fog Blade, so
Yeah.
this was a blind second deck. That's why Kaiju's were in the main, and
Gross.
Interrupted Kaiju Slumber was in the main because it is literally just Dark Hole, which can
So
proc Break Sword.
that is true. So I do have I basically have the exact same Phantom Knights pool as you, except instead of Breaksword, I have a Fog Blade. But I didn't think
Okay.
without Breaksword this deck was anywhere near competent enough.
Oh, if I didn't have Break Sword, I would not have played
Yeah,
Phantom Knights.
I don't. It, Breaksword gives you
It doesn't do
something to
anything.
do going second, and it gives you something to do going first because you make Breaksword, you pop it, you make a rank 4. It could be whatever. I forget when you get Dark Locked. I think it's
It is
is it the
after
Breaksword
you
effect?
activate Break Sword. Break Sword is what locks you.
Yeah.
You cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except Dark Monsters. Last
Yeah,
line
so
effects.
obviously in modern day you'd make stuff like IP, Rusty Barty, that kind of thing, but you would make the some of the evil swarms or something like that, and then you would just use their effects, and you get like boots to set a fog blade, and that was fine, right? But without Breaksword to do that, you really don't have a lot. There's no rank 3 that just detaches a material for nothing, right? You have to have something. You have to have like a target for Alucard and Grand Pulse, or you have to have like
Mhm.
you you have to have a way to like trigger Zen mains. I think the only thing you could do that detaches proactively is like Giga Brilliant, which not that good, not that good.
Yeah. You want
So
to know the saddest part about my pulls for Phantom Knights?
what is that?
So if you look at Wing Raiders, you see that in the super rare slot, there are 2 Phantom Knights.
Okay.
One of them is really good. The other one is fragile armor.
Yep,
Do you know
fragile
how
armor.
many fragile armor I pulled?
I'm gonna guess 5.
Three, but
Okay.
it's still not good.
Yeah.
I was thinking about playing like one, but honestly, Cloven Helm is better.
Yeah. I
Just so that I could like Norden into a rank 4 easier than just hard drawing the Armonite, but I was like, I do not care enough.
Yeah, I do gotta say, I think it is beyond funny that they tried to make kind of like a Fire Fist style deck where it's like, oh, 3 and 4 axis in the same deck, and the 3 axis is just, there's no contest. Like Fire Fist, there was a little bit of debate on whether it was 3 was better, 4 was better, 3.5 was better. There was a ton of debate, and each deck saw success. No, you rarely, if ever, see Cloven Helm or Fragile Armor. Even now, they don't print level 4 Phantom Knights cards. They just don't.
Yeah. I mean, granted, the only Phantom Knights card that is yet to be printed is Stained Greaves and Torn Scales.
Yes.
And like some of the rank up traps or spells.
And obviously Bardiche, but Bardiche is a link monster.
Oh yeah,
so.
Bardiche, but that's not a monster, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess that probably does it in for Ghost Tricks. Like I said, I wanted to play something off the wall. I played it. It was bad. Who's really surprised? But what will be a surprise is the winner's wheel for today's episode. So let's go ahead and get on into that. How many clicks you want? All the good ones, yeah. All right, a 1, 2, 3, and you are getting Ultra Rare Wild Card. That's pretty good. I won't lie. That's pretty good. I was honestly hoping to win just so I could pick up like a second copy of Red Lair or something, because I would love to play Super Quants, but decks just I just have way too many of the XYZs and way too few of the main decks. So, well, we'll see what you pick up in the next episode. But hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that stuff. We'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.